Their friendship was once the heart of reality TV. But what Jennifer just revealed has changed everything. Did Evelyn Lozada betray her closest friend from the shadows? This is not just gossip, it is the truth they tried to bury. And now, the voice notes, the screenshots, and the betrayal are all coming to light. Just when everyone thought Evelyn Lozada had finally found peace in her love life, Jennifer Williams dropped a shocking truth that caught everyone off guard. This is not just celebrity gossip, it is a real story full of secrets, betrayal, and years of hidden drama. And Evelyn's reaction? It will absolutely leave you speechless. Stay with us, because what you are about to learn might change the way you see both women. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the stories no one else wants to touch, the real stories, the emotional ones, and the ones that have been buried for far too long. Today's episode takes us deep into a painful, complicated, and dramatic chapter involving two reality TV stars who were once closer than sisters, Evelyn Lozada and Jennifer Williams. But make no mistake, this is not just about love triangles or social media shade. This is about real friendship, loyalty tested, and hearts broken. This is a story about what happens when fame, ego, and hidden secrets tear two powerful women apart. At the center of it all is a betrayal that no one saw coming, and now the truth is finally being revealed. It all began in the early days of Basketball Wives. Back then, Evelyn and Jennifer were the dream team, stylish, outspoken, and bold. They had a friendship that fans admired. They laughed together, cried together, and defended each other on and off camera. They were real until everything changed. Fast forward to now, and things could not be more different. Jennifer has come forward with revelations that have left fans stunned. Her recent comments about Evelyn's personal life were not just surprising, they were explosive. According to Jennifer, there was more going on behind the scenes than the public ever knew. And while Evelyn has chosen to stay mostly silent, those close to both women say there is a lot more to the story than what we saw on TV. Behind the glitz and glam of red carpets and reality show confessionals, there was tension, deep, growing tension. Jennifer claims that the drama fans saw on camera was only a small piece of what was happening in private. She says their friendship fell apart because of betrayal, not over something petty, but over something personal, very personal. What has made the situation even more intense is how carefully everything was hidden. Deleted posts, DMs, erased. Group chats that disappeared overnight. But despite all the efforts to keep things buried, pieces of the puzzle are finally starting to come together. Sources close to the cast say that while Jennifer was quietly talking to a man in her circle, someone she cared about, Evelyn stepped in and started seeing him too. At first, Jennifer did not believe it. But then the signs became too obvious to ignore. Jennifer's words in her recent podcast appearance were full of emotion. Some women will smile in your face and betray you behind your back. I wasn't even serious with him yet. But it was the way she did it, the lying, the silence. That's what hurt the most. The internet, of course, went wild. Fans began piecing things together, matching timelines and connecting dots from old episodes. Some remembered the strange tension in season 7. Others recalled moments where Jennifer seemed withdrawn while Evelyn brushed off certain topics. Looking back, it is clear now there was pain hiding in plain sight, and that was only the beginning. Not long after Jennifer's interview dropped, gossip blogs started releasing new details. Some shared screenshots of text messages allegedly between the two women. Others reposted clips of Evelyn's cryptic Instagram stories, with quotes like "Sometimes the truth don't need defending." Then came the biggest shock. An anonymous source leaked a voice recording said to be Evelyn herself, venting about a friend who could not keep a man. The voice never said Jennifer's name, but fans were sure who it was aimed at. All of this has led to one major question. Was this ever just about a man, or was it about power and control? Because when you strip away the fame, what you are left with is the pain of someone who feels betrayed by someone she once called family. Jennifer says this was never just about love, it was about being disrespected by someone she trusted, and fans believe her. In her own words, "I didn't lose a boyfriend, I lost a friend. And that hurts more than anything." But on the other side, Evelyn's supporters argue that she had every right to move on with her life. They say that Jennifer is being dramatic, that the man was never serious, and that Evelyn should not be blamed for following her heart. Still, many others believe that the way it happened, the secrecy, the timing, the silence is what turned this from a misunderstanding into a full-blown betrayal. This story has opened the floodgates. Suddenly, everyone is rewatching old episodes with fresh eyes. Fans are finding new meaning in old scenes, from shady glances to awkward silences. And the deeper people dig, the more they find. It is no longer just about what happened, it is about how it happened, and why no one said anything until now. What we are seeing is not just a reality TV feud, it is the unraveling of a friendship that once looked unbreakable. It is about pain that was hidden behind smiles, about quiet betrayals that never made the final edit, and about two women who were changed forever by a single decision. And here's the truth. This story is still unfolding. More voices are starting to speak. More receipts are surfacing. The silence is breaking. And, as painful as it is, some fans believe this might be the start of real healing, not just for Jennifer and Evelyn, but for anyone who has ever felt betrayed by someone they trusted. So stay with us, because what comes next might be even more revealing than anything we have heard so far. The truth always finds its way out, and in this case, it is louder than ever. Get comfortable, grab your popcorn, and prepare for the full breakdown. This story goes deeper than anyone expected, and it is about to get very real. Before the cheating rumors, hidden relationships, and dramatic interviews, there was friendship, real, strong friendship. Evelyn and Jennifer were once the shining stars of Basketball Wives, stylish, bold, and always standing up for each other. Fans loved them. They looked unbreakable. But as we know, looks can be deceiving. Evelyn Lozada was always the one who lit up the room. Her bold energy, fiery attitude, and high-profile love life made her one of the most talked-about women on reality TV. From red carpet appearances to headline-grabbing relationships, she knew how to keep all eyes on her. She was the spark, the storm, and the storyline all in one. Jennifer Williams, on the other hand, had a very different vibe. She carried herself with grace, elegant, composed, and often choosing silence over drama. While Evelyn's name stayed in the tabloids, Jennifer preferred to keep her private life just that private. Her quiet confidence and stylish presence made her just as unforgettable, but in a completely different way. In the beginning, they were the perfect pair. Best friends who balanced each other like yin and yang. Fans adored their bond. They were the heart of Basketball Wives, two women who had each other's backs in a world full of cameras, pressure, and fame. They laughed together, stood up for each other, and were never afraid to take on anyone who got in their way. But as the show gained more viewers and the spotlight grew hotter, something changed. The connection they once shared began to crack. The laughs were still there, but they did not feel as genuine. The loyalty they showed each other on screen started to look more like performance than reality. Behind the scenes, jealousy began to grow, slowly and quietly. Evelyn's relationships, especially with athletes and celebrities, were always front and center. She became a fan favorite, the face of the franchise. And while she embraced the fame, some insiders say Jennifer started to feel left behind. Her own stories were being overshadowed. Her voice was being drowned out. The spotlight that once felt shared now felt one-sided. And then, the whispers began. People around the show started talking about late-night texts, secret meetings, and quiet conversations. There were rumors that Jennifer was getting too close to other cast members, even forming alliances behind Evelyn's back. But the most hurtful rumor of all, that Jennifer had been sharing Evelyn's private life, deep personal details with others. To Evelyn, this was the ultimate betrayal. Their friendship had been built on trust, and if that trust was broken, there was no going back. The tension, already simmering, began to boil. On camera, things looked tense but manageable. Off camera, it was a whole different story. The energy between them changed. Glances became colder. Conversations grew shorter. Something unspoken hung in the air every time they were in the same room. And then came the moment no one could forget. The reunion episode. What started as a tense but controlled conversation quickly spiraled out of control. Accusations were thrown. Voices rose. Tears were shed. And then, out of nowhere, came the slap. A moment that shocked everyone, not just for the physical act, but for what it represented, the complete breakdown of a once unshakable friendship. That slap wasn't just about hurt feelings. It was about years of trust falling apart in front of millions. It was about two women who had shared so much, now standing on opposite sides of the stage, with no path back. Fans were stunned. Some sided with Evelyn, believing she had been betrayed. Others defended Jennifer, saying she had simply reached her breaking point. But no matter where you stood, one thing was clear: something had changed forever. After the reunion, everything shifted. Their interactions became strained, guarded, even hostile. Publicly, they tried to remain professional, but the chemistry was gone. The friendship that once looked unbreakable had been reduced to awkward silences and sharp jabs. Looking back, many fans say the warning signs were always there: the cold glances, the passive-aggressive remarks, the sudden distance. But in the world of reality TV, where so much is scripted and edited, it was hard to tell what was real and what was not. Now, with new information and emotional confessions coming to light, people are beginning to see the bigger picture. This was never just about a man or gossip, it was about pride. It was about hurt. It was about what happens when two strong women, once sisters in every way, let fame, secrets, and jealousy come between them. And even though that reunion episode happened years ago, its impact still echoes today. Because some betrayals do not fade, they linger. They shape how we see people, how we protect ourselves, and how we choose to move forward. For Evelyn and Jennifer, the road back to friendship may be gone, but the story they left behind it is still unfolding, still teaching us about the price of loyalty and the power of silence. But here is the real twist. Some say the fight was never just about gossip or jealousy. It was about a man. A man not just linked to Evelyn but someone very close to her heart. And Jennifer's connection to him. That is where everything unravels. Stay tuned. The deeper we dig, the more shocking it gets. And by the end, you will see just how much was really at stake. The next part of this story takes a turn that no one saw coming, and it is way more personal than anyone expected. This is where everything really starts falling apart. For years, Evelyn Lozada lived her love life in the public eye, from being engaged to NBA star Antoine Walker to her short and messy marriage to NFL player Chad Ochocinco Johnson. But while the world focused on the drama in the spotlight, something even more private and more controversial was happening behind closed doors. People close to the cast say that during all the public breakups, there was another man in the picture. He was not just famous in sports, but had serious connections in the entertainment industry too. And here's the twist: this was not just any man. According to sources, Jennifer Williams had feelings for him first. In a recent podcast interview, Jennifer shared a story that raised eyebrows. She did not mention Evelyn by name, but fans quickly put the pieces together. Jennifer said, "Some women smile in your face while planning to betray you behind your back. I was talking to someone not even seriously, and then suddenly, she's dating him. That's not just messy. That's betrayal." That same night, Evelyn posted something mysterious on her Instagram story. Sometimes the truth don't need defending. And just like that, the internet exploded. Gossip sites started guessing the man's identity. Many believe he was a former athlete turned entertainment investor, someone who may have dated both women at different times and possibly used their rivalry to his advantage. One site even shared blurry photos of Evelyn leaving a private event with this mystery man just weeks after Jennifer had been spotted at the same place. And it did not stop there. Some insiders say Evelyn and this man were together longer than anyone thought, maybe even at the same time as her other public relationships. Because of the drama, they supposedly kept things quiet. But if you re-watch Basketball Wives Season 7, the tension between Evelyn and Jennifer is obvious: the sharp comments, the cold stares, and how they both avoided talking about their love lives. But here's what really shocked fans. Jennifer later said that Evelyn tried to make her look jealous and bitter, when the truth was, she was heartbroken. "She wanted people to think I was hating, but I was hurting. I didn't just lose a man, I lost a friend," she said. That quote hit fans hard. Was this the final proof that Evelyn had crossed the line? Some people do not believe the full story. Evelyn's fans say Jennifer is making it bigger than it was. They argue that if the man was not serious with Jennifer, then Evelyn did nothing wrong. But others believe Jennifer's emotions are real and the betrayal just too deep to ignore. As things began to cool down, even more secrets came to the surface, not just about Evelyn's love life, but about how far she might have gone to hide certain truths. Some say the betrayal was not a quick mistake. It was planned. After Jennifer's emotional claims became public, a new image of Evelyn started to form. She was no longer just a woman caught up in relationship drama. She was being seen as someone smart, strategic, and always in control. People who worked on Basketball Wives say Evelyn had a strong personality behind the scenes. She picked her allies carefully, kept her image protected, and sometimes even used personal drama to stay in the spotlight. And Jennifer, she knew everything. That made things even more complicated. Insiders say Evelyn never saw Jennifer as a sidekick. Jennifer was confident, stylish, and popular, someone who could easily steal the attention. Some even believe that Evelyn's relationship with the mystery man was not just about feelings. It was about keeping power. It was psychological, one former cast member said. Evelyn wanted Jennifer close but never too close. And if she could take something Jennifer wanted, that gave her the upper hand. Fans often talk about a famous moment from season 8 The Yacht scene when Evelyn mentioned that a man Jennifer liked was now taken. At the time, it seemed like normal drama. But looking back, many think it was a planned jab of Evelyn's way of showing off what she had done. Some now say that every time things got heated between them, Evelyn would back away then return when she needed something from Jennifer. Emotional manipulation. Some call it. Jennifer had just gone through a painful divorce and financial problems during that time. Insiders think that made her an easy target. And Evelyn's behavior online only added fuel to the fire. Fans noticed how she always posted cryptic quotes or shady captions whenever Jennifer's name came up. Posts like "some people will always play the victim" or "don't blame me for what you allowed" seemed perfectly timed. And here's the real bombshell. Some believe Evelyn's connection with the mystery man was not only romantic, it was also business. Reports say he had serious money and helped her get brand deals and media appearances. If true, this would explain why she protected that relationship so fiercely and why even the smallest link between him and Jennifer felt like a threat. This story is far from over. And if what insiders are saying is true, then the drama we saw on screen was just the surface. What happened behind the scenes was deeper, more personal, and left wounds that may never fully heal. What started as a story about love and betrayal is now turning into something much deeper and darker. Fans are beginning to ask, was this ever really about love? Or was it about control, power, and image? Jennifer's side of the story is painful, full of emotional betrayal. But behind that hurt, there is a pattern, one that includes manipulation, silence, and damage control. Evelyn's fans continue to defend her, saying she had every right to move on and did not owe Jennifer anything. But many others are starting to look at the bigger picture, and it does not look good. Just when it seemed like the drama had reached its breaking point, another voice entered the conversation. And this time, it brought receipts. It all started when a lesser-known but fast-growing gossip podcast dropped a bombshell. Hosted by a former VH1 production assistant, someone who had been around both women during their time on Basketball Wives. The episode was more than just gossip, it was packed with proof, actual audio recordings, and the voice on them. It sounded exactly like Evelyn. In the voice notes, which quickly spread online before being taken down. A woman, allegedly Evelyn, could be heard ranting about a so-called friend who can't even keep a man but wants mine. The anger was raw, the words filled with bitterness. Though she never said Jennifer's name, the message was loud and clear. Then came a second clip. This one was even more unsettling. The same voice said, "He said she was thirsty, always showing up where he is. I just did what I had to do. That's the game." Fans were stunned. This was not the polished, confident Evelyn people were used to seeing online. This was something else, something real. The leak was reportedly made by a woman using the name T, who claimed she used to be close with both Jennifer and Evelyn but was pushed out of the group years ago. According to her, she kept these receipts in case the truth ever needed to be told. And now, that moment had come. T also released screenshots of past text messages between Evelyn and Jennifer. Some were friendly, others were tense. One message from Jennifer read, "You could have just told me you were talking to him. Instead, you lied." The reply, allegedly from Evelyn, said, "It wasn't like that. You made it a big deal when it wasn't serious. Don't play the victim." While some questioned if the texts were real, the emotion behind them felt undeniable. The hurt was real. The silence said just as much as the words. Jennifer was later asked about the leaks during an Instagram Live. She didn't confirm or deny if the voice and texts were real. But she did say, "I've been quiet long enough. People think they can walk all over you and throw shade when you speak up. I said what I said and I meant it." Evelyn's response. Just a single tweet. Energy doesn't lie. Some people do. Fans knew that was a message, whether Evelyn wanted to admit it or not. It became clear, this feud was far from over. The leaks raised bigger questions. Was this really about one man? Or were Jennifer and Evelyn victims of a toxic world that fed off competition, secrets, and manipulation? Even other cast members started speaking up. One former co-star told a blog anonymously, "None of us were surprised. We always knew there was more going on with Evelyn and Jen, we just didn't know how deep it went." And the biggest shock of all, T claimed Evelyn had tried to stop her from sharing the recordings. According to her, a mutual friend was sent to offer hush money in exchange for her silence, although there is no solid proof of that meeting. The timing of Evelyn's cryptic "protect your peace" posts right after the leak made fans suspicious. Now the question everyone is asking, what else is still hidden? What other secrets are sitting in someone's phone, waiting to be shared? If these leaks are just the beginning, then the public may only know half the story.